On November 3rd, 2025, Clash Royale addressed a growing controversy in the community, that being that elite wildcards have mysteriously disappeared from Ranked and Trophy Road. As they say here in this reply to their balance change tweet, we know that you've got some questions about elite wildcards being missing from Seasonal Trophy Road and Ranked. We'll share more info why later this week. Promise. Thanks for hanging in there. Now, at first, people didn't think much of it, but as the days ticked away, people started to grow more and more worried about what the future for these elite wildcards could hold. Are they going to be distributed? Are they not going to be distributed? Is level 16 coming? Is it not coming? Who knows? Well, we know now, so that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Now, I know I'm a bit late to this, around 2 to 3 days late, but I just wanted to let this all marinate for a little bit and wanted to clearly form my opinions and not just say something in the heat of the moment. So this is still relatively new news, and it's probably the biggest news this game has had in a while, so let's talk about it. So then we have people wondering, hey, what's gonna happen with these elite wildcards? We have YouTubers like Boss telling us that there's a big change coming to the game, and he tells us to brace ourselves. Like, that surely can't be good. That surely can't indicate anything good or positive coming to the game if somebody says brace yourselves. What are we expecting? Well, we already know. Level 16. But back then, we didn't know, so we had people theorizing. Could this be a rebalance, a new distribution, or level 16? I personally thought this is just going to be a new distribution of the elite wildcards, and I would be perfectly fine with that. And finally, on the morning of November 10th, the news broke. We were getting a big major update for the last quarter of the year. So let's just go over what they had to say in this blog, and let's see if the updates that they added were good or bad. The next few months will be full of exciting additions for Clash Royale. 2v2 League is on the way. When I read this, yay. I never got to play 2v2 League, so I'm really excited that they brought this back, because maybe, I don't know, I can play with a friend or with my coach. We can get high up in the league. Like, I mean, 2v2 League is always great. I love 2v2 League, so I'm really excited they brought that back. We're off to a great start, but don't worry, the diarrhea is yet to come. New Evolutions box, expanding how you can earn Evos. We have no teasers on what this is or how this is going to look like. All we know is that apparently getting Evolutions is going to be easier now, which is a great thing. Seasonal content will bring the holiday spirit, featuring a new seasonal lucky chest and Clashmas event packed with rewards. I love Clashmas. It is the best time of the year for Clash Royale, in my opinion. I love Clashmas. Like, how can you not? Trophy Road will be reworked, and they don't specifically mention it here, but pretty much seasonal arenas are going away, and the Trophy Road is being expanded to 12k. I'll probably bring up an article on that a little bit later on in the video. Getting to 15k was really easy. You can play for like 2 hours and get there because you get like 150 trophies per win. So overall, it was not really much of a challenge, and it was cool the first month or so, but after that, it just got stale and pointless climbing to 15k. And for the biggest part of the update, something heroic is coming. One that will take gameplay to a new level. I personally think this is a new rarity. So again, 5 for 5 so far. Like, we're doing great. This post right here is 5 for 5. It's chef's kiss. 5 for 5. Over time, Clash Royale's progression system has extended quite a lot between elite wildcards, books, magic coins, and gold. The path to upgrading cards hasn't always been straightforward. Some players held on to resources for the right moment, while others have found themselves with items like elite wildcards and books they weren't sure how to use and earn. With our next update on November 24th, we're aiming to make progression simpler, more consistent, and ultimately more rewarding. Goodbye, elite wildcards. I personally think elite wildcards are pretty confusing, especially for new players, but I mean, the more you play the game, the more you understand how they work, but they were a pain to get, in my opinion, unless you spent money on the game, so honestly, not a bad change. Any remaining elite wildcards in your inventory will automatically convert into gems, which can be used to purchase cards of your choice through the new gem economy rework launching with the update. In addition to removing elite wildcards, we're trimming down on some overlapping items to simplify the core progression. We've seen many players end up in situations where they've maxed out their book inventory with no good time to use them. After the update, your hard-earned books, from common to legendary, will be converted into an equivalent number of wildcards and magic coins to gold. To make things even easier, we're also increasing the number of random cards earned throughout the game. Sounds pretty cool. But you know what doesn't sound really cool? Them completely removing books. This article in Royale API goes over in detail why they removed books and magic coins, so let's just take a look at this, and this is, in my opinion, the first part of this update, which kind of creates this whole shitstorm. Any player who has tried to optimize their progression knows that magic coins and books were the most valuable to complete upgrades from level 13 to 14. This created very weird incentives for these items, which rewarded hoarding for no good reason. This issue is unavoidable given how these items work, so removing them entirely makes sense from this perspective. Nice, they're nerfing progression once again. Probably for some kind of monetary reasons, but the reason they gave here is kind of bullshit in my opinion. Reward hoarding for no good reason. The good reason is that you can upgrade cards from level 13 to 14. That's the main reason, or from 12 to 13. It's a very basic concept, and obviously this is all monetary incentives here. These are the book conversion rates from King Tower level 1 through 15. I just want to point out that people who are King Tower level 10 get completely fucked over because they get the same amount of wild cards as somebody who's a King Tower level 1. Like, how does that make sense? I just think it should be a little bit more fair because, people who've played this game for long enough to be King Tower level 10 have obviously put in time, effort, maybe even some money into this game, and them getting the same amount of rewards as somebody who has not even touched the game, not very fair in my opinion. Here's where we get into the shit show of this update. After adding the elite level system, we learned the progression felt much less intuitive than expected. The elite wildcard system made upgrades feel harder for some players, and many felt stuck after reaching the top. Okay, we're one paragraph in, and we already stepped in a huge pile of dog shit. What do you mean we felt stuck after reaching the top? I got erect after I maxed a deck, okay? I did not feel stuck whatsoever. So no, I felt very stuck after I nearly maxed my account and you guys announced a new card level. You know what? I feel more stuck now than ever because I know my voice and everybody else's voice will not make a difference in their decision. And I do agree, the elite wildcard system made upgrades feel harder for some players. It was a pain to get elite wildcards. I do agree with that. This system also conflicted with our design philosophy and goal to make Clash Royale a dynamic, evergreen experience enjoyed for many years to come. Ergo, this system also conflicted with our design philosophy to make as much money as possible, and we want to shoot for 100 million next month, so that's why we're adding level 16. With our next update, we're introducing level 16, a new milestone designed to keep progress meaningful for players who have already maxed their decks and are looking for their next goal. Okay, pause for 1 second. Think about yourself. Okay, you watching this video, you play Clash probably, right? Why else are you watching this video if you don't play Clash? If you maxed a card or a deck, or maybe in a rare chance, your whole account, did you have another goal in mind? Did you sit there pondering after maxing a deck? Oh, I wish there was a new level because I feel stuck and I want a new goal for myself. It's just not realistic. Nobody thinks like that. Nobody needs a new goal after leveling up their cards to the max level. If anything, the only reason why we did it is to give ourselves a competitive chance at the game. Here we can see the new card material costs for this update, and upgrading from level 13 to 15 is going to be cheaper for commons. Upgrading from level 11 to level 15 is going to be cheaper for rares. Level 11, level 13, level 14, and level 15 is going to be cheaper for epics, and level 13 to level 15 is going to be cheaper for legendaries, and same goes for champions. Level 13 to level 15 is going to be cheaper. So pretty much, if you're a new or returning player, this rework is beneficial for you, but if you're someone like me whose account is 98% maxed, this is not a good thing whatsoever. Following material costs, we have gold costs, and these are going to be the new gold costs in the game for levels 1 through 16. And in summary, you guys can pause and read this if you want, but the total amount of gold here will increase for commons, rares, epics, legendaries, and champions, but upgrading from level 15 to 16 for all rarities will cost 120,000 gold. So pretty much all you need to know is that you're going to be spending much more gold than you were previously, simply due to the fact that the whole aspect of a free level upgrade is gone. So upgrading from level 14 to 15 now costs gold. So obviously that's going to make you spend more gold than you have before. Yes, based on your feedback from the release of level 15, cards in ranked will be capped at level 15 for the first 6 months after release until May 2026. Brace yourselves, guys, okay? Prepare. You have 6 months to max your deck in order to give you time to start upgrading your cards to level 16. Again, brace yourselves. Upgrade your cards to level 16. This is a cool new thing. What will happen to additional copies of cards at level 16 in the new system? Overflow copies of max cards will now convert into crystals. Crystals are a new currency you'll be able to exchange for cosmetics in the shop, starting with a number of exclusive emotes. We'll share more on that closer to the update. So that's cool. We have a new currency coming into the game, which, I mean, that's great, but Doesn't change the fact they're adding a new level. We have now Trophy Road extensions and changes to ranked. Trophy Road will extend to 12,000 trophies, and 4 new arenas will be introduced from 10,000 to 12,000 trophies, which is a good thing. As I previously said, seasonal arenas were cool, like the first month they came out, and after that, they got pretty stale over time. Good thing here, update to ranked access. You no longer need to finish the entire Trophy Road to enter ranked. Now you unlock ranked when you reach the required trophy milestone for that season. So these are the new ranked requirements for the coming months. TLDR, card upgrades will now focus on core resources, cards, gold, and wild cards with gems as optional shortcuts. Existing resources that will be automatically converted, books into wild cards slash gems, magic coins into gold, elite wild cards into gems. Level 16 is being added for players who've already maxed out their cards. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Ranked battles will remain capped at level 15 until May 2026. Upgrade costs have been adjusted for smoother level progression. We're always looking for ways to best serve our community. Okay, especially when it comes to big changes in the game. So please let us know what you think about all of this on Reddit and or Discord. See you in the arena, the Clash Royale team. So now that I've gone over the entire update with you guys, besides some like statistics here and there in Royal API, you guys can read the whole article for yourselves if you want. They clearly explain, all the cost differences for gold and cards, but I'm too lazy to explain that, and I don't think it would be very interesting. So if you guys want to check this article out for all the detailed stats and stuff, you guys can do so. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. Take a look at this. Does Slash Royale mean that level 16 is coming soon to the game? No, there are currently no plans to introduce a level 16. This event is not intended to anticipate any new features. Okay, that does not matter. All that matters here is, does Slash Royale mean that level 16 is coming soon to the game? No, they literally said no. Guess what? Literally just a little over a year later, what do we get? We get level 16. This update is just a huge middle finger to the entire community. The whole point of this update is just more and more monetization on this game. Because think about it, they've made $74 million in revenue last month, and they still need more, apparently. It's not like they're running out of money. They clearly have enough money to pay all their employees and do all that good stuff. Listen, this is just all purely monetization. There's no other incentive for adding level 16 besides monetization. Another big issue with this is that, whenever we get a new level in, for example, Clash of Clans, people are excited. Like, we get a new town hall in Clash of Clans every year. But the reason why is that a lot of your game in Clash of Clans happens, like, in your base, and your town hall level matters, like, a lot. Not only that, the addition of level 16 doesn't change any core gameplay mechanics. It's just a different number over your card's head. The interactions won't change, nothing will change. And the thing is, this game is not dying anytime soon either. We have people like Jinxie and Speed doing collabs playing this game, so it's nice knowing that no matter what they do, they can add level 17 tomorrow, and there's probably still going to be a player base for this game. If you guys take a look here, I'm nearly maxed. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more cards. I need to get to level 14, and after that, I just need to upgrade everything to level 15. I was so close, and so many people were as well. We have Juicy's take here on the update. They are making evolutions more accessible to free-to-play players. It'll be easier to upgrade cards to level 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Great for returning players. It's pretty bad for me. It's actually really bad for me. The removal of elite wild cards and rework of gems will be more than effective and is great for the economy. The goal of this update is to make Clash Royale an evergreen game that can continue to progress and play instead of completing the game and stop playing. In conclusion, if you're a max player and only care about competing on ranked at an even playing field, this is a bad update. Yeah, it is a bad update, but if you are a non-max player and free to play and or returning, this is a good update. I think this is a pretty solid take by Juicy, but I mean, for him, this doesn't apply because, he can obviously max many accounts. This guy has the money. Me, who spent his last dollar on this game, I don't have the money to, spend on maxing my accounts again. I personally think that if they included everything besides level 16, this would have been a really, really good update. But because they add level 16, they're decorating the shit. It's like a pile of shit in front of you, and they're putting flowers and trying to, put, like air freshener on it to try and cover up that shit, but it's never gonna get covered up. It's still a pile of shit. It doesn't look appealing, it doesn't look pleasing, and it still won't smell great no matter how many cans of air freshener you put on it, because after a while, it's all gonna wear off, and it's still gonna smell like shit. You can decorate fecal matter. That's what I'm trying to get at. And the fecal matter in this update is level 16, and everything else is pretty good. Besides the removal of books, meaning that even for players who are newly returning to the game, it's still going to be harder for them to, like, get a card to level 16, because the removal of books is going to be a very detrimental thing for free-to-play progression, in my opinion. Books were such a big part of free-to-play progression, and them, removing books, it's just another blow in the face to everybody who's free to play. Jinxie said it best in his stream. Clash Royale likes to fist players on the ass for their money, and that's not what gamers like. Gamers don't like when a company fists them in the ass for money, okay? Gamers like when the company cares about them, which usually isn't the case, but I mean, that's what we all want, right? We want Supercell to care a little bit more about the player base. That's all I'm gonna say. The only reason why level 16 was added is monetary purposes. And I understand that we need a few level every few years, but only 2 years after level 15 is insane. And you want to know something? Level 15 was meant to be the last level, because it's literally called elite level. But now they're removing the whole elite aspect of it to try and cover up for their tracks, but we all know why they added level 15. It was, according to them, it was supposed to be the last level. Why else was it called elite level? This meme will make sense in 3 years. I agree. Yeah, we're gonna have level 17 in like probably less than 3 years. We're gonna have level 17 next year. It's gonna be like Clash of Clans. A new town hall every year means a new level every year. And I really hope they're not taking inspiration from Clash of Clans with the whole town hall and level schematic, because that would be horrible. Supercell forgot their own greed. Yeah, I also did notice this. They cannot be found in seasonal arenas or ranked anymore, so they just forget about stuff like that. Not only that, they forget to fix such small bugs, but they make a really big difference in the game. This is a bug that many people have been complaining about for months, and it's also driving me insane. Pretty much, it shows your previous season as Ultimate Champion, but it shows your best season as Grand Champion, which makes no sense. For example, this best season bug has been driving me insane for months now. It's such a simple bug, yet for some reason they are refusing to fix it, so I really hope next season they will fix this. So instead of fixing small bugs like that, or improving upon ideas such as global tournaments and clan wars, they just decide to add a new level and sugarcoat it with a bunch of other good features, but the addition of level 16 just really takes away from all the good in this coming update. Supercell will keep adding levels every 2 years as an infinite money supply. Obviously, Supercell needs to make money to maintain costs, but I'm actually curious, will they just keep adding levels for as long as this game is alive? It's basically the perfect infinite money glitch. People who have higher levels will get an indisputable advantage, and will pretty much always win, even if their skill is slightly lower than the opponent's. Therefore, everyone has to level up, otherwise they will quickly be unable to progress anywhere. Therefore, access to these levels should be made easier to be fair, but obviously making money without a whole lot of effort should be exploited. If a profit needs to be generated, level 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 are pretty much guaranteed. But ask, when does it stop? Honestly, I think they'll just keep doing this up until level 50 or 60 or more, and they don't care as long as it's bringing in money. I 100% agree with this, because I don't think Supercell is going to stop anytime soon with adding new levels. It's just going to be like an infinite money glitch for them. But I don't know, maybe they'll change their mind and level 16 will in fact be the last level. But probably not. We're going to get level 17 in like 2 years. To finish off this video, I'm going to show this clip of Jinxie, which I think summarizes my thoughts and feelings pretty well on this update. To be honest, I could sit here for the next 3 hours and rant about level 16, why it's a bad idea, and why Supercell are greedy bastards. But at the end of the day, we can't really do anything about it. And I mean, I don't want to make this video 3 hours long, but I definitely have a lot more things to say about this update. It's just I can't really cover all of them in this video, or else it'll be way too long. Anyway, onto the Jinxie clip.
It's I don't know. This is gonna be literally horrible. Everything on here is awesome. Besides level 16, they should revert this. They should not release this. I'm going to say this again so I can just be historically accurate. If you do this, you're going to lose millions of players. You will make more money, but you're already making money hand over fist. You should probably prioritize the player base, because the player base is all that matters. That's what keeps your business running.
Jinxie said it best there. The player base is what keeps the business running. And with this update, they're saying fuck you to the player base, and they only care about monetization. That is the only reason why they are adding level 16, period. This benefits literally no one besides Supercell. I repeat, this benefits literally nobody besides Supercell. This update is great besides level 16. I can look past the books. I can look past the removal of books and coins. I can just cover my eyes to that. Oh, I can't see that. But, oh, level 16. Now I open one eye and I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? So, in conclusion, we went over the whole update. I gave my thoughts. Supercell, we need to talk about the future of your game. I also think that them doing this at the peak of their game is just completely ridiculous. Jinxie revived this game for you, and I'm gonna be honest, Clash Royale does not deserve all the hype from Jinxie if they make stupid decisions like this. I was always against the idea of adding new levels, but I understand that it is inevitable. But doing it so soon after level 15, and doing it after you promised us that level 15 will be the final level, it just feels like you're lying to the player base and that you don't give a fuck about them. And they never really cared about the player base. Again, all they care about is monetization. Supercell is definitely like top 5 greediest companies of all time. But they know they can do this at the height of the game's popularity because they know people will buy into it no matter what. As I said previously, I could rant about this topic for hours, but, nothing's going to change at the end of the day. If level 16 was not included in this update, this would have been one of the best updates we've had in this game for quite some time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you support level 16? Do you not? I don't think a lot of people do support level 16 because, nobody asked for this. Not one person asked for this update. Good luck in the arena on November 24th. You're surely going to need it against all those level 16 Mega Knights. Take care. Fuck you, Supercell!